Here we are. It's a special time of Monster Jam Trackside, but we're joined by two of our Monster Jam superstars. I got Blake Granger in Monster Mutt Dalmatian and Krysten Anderson in Gravedigger. Blake, I'm going to start with you. Look, right now you got a 90-point lead. I know you really wanted to try to stretch to keep it at three figures, 100 points or more. But tell me how you've been feeling about the season so far. We're almost at the halfway point, and what do you got to do to maintain these leads? Because you got a lot of hungry drivers right behind you.
Most definitely. You know, it's actually been an up and down weekend for us. We're not having too much bad luck, but, man, I don't know. It's just one of those weekends where it can't always be perfect. We just got our truck back, trying to get it figured out. We had some electrical issues earlier, and, you know, it's all coming together. All we got to do is stay consistent, and that's how you keep that lead, man. I just got to sit there. As long as I'm finishing top 3 or 4, we don't have to win everything. We just got to be right there in the mix. I know I'm capable of doing that. We're going to keep on fighting.
Krysten, it's always such a joy to talk to you. You know, you have such a legacy here at Monster Jam driving that Gravedigger truck. But, you know, it's International Women's Day, and so I'd love for you to speak to us just about what it means to represent for all the women and little girls here at Monster Jam.
Oh, I mean, it's my highest honor, honestly, T. Like, to be the first ever female to ever drive Gravedigger is such a big deal to me. I mean, Gravedigger is one of the most iconic monster trucks in monster truck history. I mean, everybody knows who Gravedigger is, and it's really cool that he's my dad, you know, and I get to come out here and I get to represent my family, and I take that very seriously. But, you know, when I put that helmet on, it means so much to me to know that I get to be a face for all of the ladies and all the little girls that are sitting in the stands. And it's a big responsibility. You know, I want them to know that the girls are not just here to drive monster trucks because it's cute and it's fun. You know, it's me and Michaela, we're here to be competitors and be competitive against the male competitors, and we do just that, you know. I mean, I've been lucky enough to be crowned the first ever female point series champion in Monster Jam history. That was like such a big deal for me, and that was 19 weeks of me against 7 other male competitors, and week after week I was the most consistent, and I was the one that was remaining on top, and, you know, and that was really, really cool. And I thought that that was a really special moment for women in motorsports especially, but just women in general. I want to always inspire the women and remind them, you know, how strong and how brave and how capable they really are. They can come out here and see women doing spectacular things in a monster truck, and I want them to feel like that inside too.
You know, speaking of legacy, Blake, I know talking to you over these past few weeks and getting to know you some, I know that you are very intentional about what you come out here to do on the track. Talk to these fans about out here, about what it means to you, not only represent for yourself, represent for Monster Mutt Dalmatian, your family, and just come out here and do your thing.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, she just sat there and talked about her father's legacy, and she's building her own. And, you know, that's what's awesome about Monster Jam. We all have the opportunity to make a name for ourselves. We have an opportunity to build a legacy for our families, and that's something that I look forward to. You know, we just locked up the International Series Championship back-to-back 2 years in a row. I'm fighting my heart and soul out to lock up this one, my first ever, you know, domestic Arena Series Championship, and that's all stuff that means a lot to me, but at the end of the day, it's something I can go back and show my kids. You know, Dad never gave up. He believed in himself. He fought to the finish, and if you believe in something and you want something bad enough, you can go out there and get it. And, you know, that's pretty much been my whole goal in life, was to believe in myself and always go get what you want. No one can stop you. No one can tell you no as long as you want it bad enough and you believe in yourself. And that's one of the best things about life. People can try to knock you down. Your truck can try to take you out of competition. We go through the craziest experiences here in Monster Jam, just like last weekend. You know, my truck didn't run half the time. But I never gave up. I kept my points lead. And you know, it's just keep fighting. Don't give up. And that's something that I tell my kids, and that's something I'm looking forward to one day. Hopefully my name can carry even a quarter of the weight of that Anderson name, and my kids can show up one day, maybe fighting her kids or whoever else's kids in the industry, all having fun, doing exactly what we've done for the last 10 years. That's what I look forward to the most.
Well, you know, Blake just mentioned there how this is such a legacy. It's family. It's Monster Jam is so much more than just what we see here out on the dirt in the competitions. You know, Krysten, you've been doing this a long time. You've made a lot of friends along the way. You and Blake have been competing against each other for so long. Talk to me a little bit about that. Tell the fans just what it means to have this ability to work alongside your friends, compete alongside your friends, but, you know, how it really comes down to that.
Yeah, I mean, it's been crazy. Like, to think that me and Blake have been driving against each other and alongside each other for 9 years, almost 10 years. It's time truly does fly when you're having fun. It's crazy. And just honestly, like you were saying, you know, Monster Jam is so much bigger now. You know what I mean? It's crazy to have watched it grow, and I'm sure Blake can agree how much it's grown, honestly, just in the past, you know, 10 years that I've been here. And it's really humbling a lot for us drivers, really. truly, I mean, it's not just driving the trucks and meeting the fans and stuff, but it really is such a humbling experience to see how much our job and what we do in our trucks affect you guys in your day-to-day life. Your kids are obsessed with Gravedigger. They're obsessed with Monster Mutt Dalmatian. They're obsessed with Monster Jam. And I think it's really cool that, you know, we've impacted your lives in such a phenomenal and insane way, and you guys don't even realize how much you've impacted our lives. I mean, my family can speak to that, you know, 100%. My dad, we had very humble beginnings with Gravedigger. It started in 1982, and I can guarantee you if you went back in time and asked my dad in 1982 that Gravedigger would be one of the #1 monster trucks in the world, he would not believe you. I mean, it's truly humbling. So we thank you, honestly, all the Monster Jam fans and the Gravedigger fans. We love you guys.
All right, there you have it. Let's hear it for two of your biggest superstars right here, Blake Granger and Monster Mutt Dalmatian, Krysten Anderson and Gravedigger.